So Nate, we've come a long way from development. We started out with just Kevin and myself, and he was the main programmer. I did maintenance stuff, and you guys wouldn't let me do that for a very long time. And we really came a long ways in our development, from starting out with a very proprietary system to where we are now. And I think the process is a lot of the same. I know we put a lot of pressure on you and your team, because when we go to conventions and stuff, we say, yep, we're going to be at convention at the beginning of April. What can you have done for us? And we put a lot of pressure on your team. How do you guys handle it, and how do you go through the steps when we ask you to do some development?
Well, we have a really good team in place, not just myself. I mean, we have really, really good developers working in the basement. We're all in the basement. Obviously, times have changed now that with COVID, a lot of them are remote, but with the technology, we're able to still communicate and work together, which is really, really cool. But when working on that, yeah, we get our marching orders from you and Freddie and whoever else, like, this is what we need done, and then that's what we plan for the year. And so it might be a lot of, just design meetings and discussions, a lot of meetings, that type of stuff. But then in the end, we push to try to, meet the deadline of the show or whatever it might be. And it's not just version 10, or not just, back in the day it was classic. Version 10, we have the web, we have the customer app, we have Mogo. There's a lot of products that we have that we maintain and develop. And with a team of 15 developers right now, we have a few that work in the web and the app. We have a couple in Mogo. We have the biggest group in version 10 because that is the biggest product. There's a lot going on. Changes daily. We have to be quick to react. Things come up. Freddie gets a call, or someone, support gets a call, and we have to help, troubleshoot, and then we have to fix the bug, and then try to get it out to our customers right away too. So.
And you got a fine line between maintaining and fixing of bugs and new development, don't you?
Oh yeah, we definitely have a few developers that their primary role is to fix, and when stuff is reported, fix it as fast as possible. And then we have another group that they're just working on new stuff, and not necessarily new stuff. We're trying to kill classic, so we're getting rid of the classic version. So they're working on that type of stuff too. So we've and working between each other. We've had a developer retire in the past year that has been here he was there for over 20 years. And
that
was Al. And just transferring that knowledge to Jared right now, and who's young. He's under 30, but he picked up that forecasting logic, the degree day logic, and he's gone with it, and he's mastered it. But he sat and worked with Al, at his desk, and looking at old paperwork from 30 years ago, and it was just really cool to see. And now we've transitioned that over to version 10, and kept it going.
I think a cool story about Al, and this is one of the things that I really like, that the insight that you guys have, but the real life experience that we have, being born and raised in the propane industry, where we can really get a feel of what needs to be done on delivery and service work and budgets and forecasting and all of that. And the one story I'll never forget is when we started doing service work orders through the system, through the accounting. And we would create the service work order, and Al did this one, and we would say, we want you to list what tank that you're going to set at this customer's house. So they would pick it in the office. This is the serial number. You're going to set this 250-gallon tank at this house. And then all of a sudden, the technician got out there, and he says, well, that tank is like 5 or 6 serial numbers deep, and I'm not taking that one. So we had to go back to Al and say, you won't let them change serial number in a tank. That's not practical. So I think we worked very well in what practicality is in a programmer level, which I think we bounce things off of each other.
For sure. I mean, because a lot of times, we don't see the day-to-day stuff that the few people, who are people that are using the software do. And so we rely on you guys a lot for that. And sometimes we sit there and they really do it that way, or we question it a lot too. But there's a lot of discussion back and forth, and coming up with the best solution. You guys have, this is what they're running into now. You tell us, just go make it better. And so then that's where we come up, and we work with other consultants and design people, and we try to make it user-friendly as possible.
And that's where the for fuel, by fuel really comes into a huge aspect of what we do. The other thing I can really appreciate from your department is your insight. this industry has changed so much, that the technical industry and the software development industry. And it didn't change from, we started in 1979 up through about end of the 90s. There wasn't a lot of change in technology and hardware changes and stuff. But then as we bring you new development and things we want to do, I really appreciate that you're looking years down in the future and what is going to be the most stable thing that we need to go in, be it C# or be it SQL or be whatever it happens to be. I really give you kudos on the insight that you have within the software industry.
And it's funny you bring up 1979 because I know you laugh about it because that was the year I was born. And so yeah, the software is as old as I am. So we kind of laugh about that too. But yeah, like you mentioned, we try to put a new phase on the software every 10 years is what we've been doing, and trying to stay current with technology and operating systems and everything going forward, and trying to make the software as responsive and run as efficiently as possible for everybody, no matter what size of company.
That's a big thing in moving along within the industry and being ahead of the industry. I know when we came to you with contacts and stuff, being able to have email information out there before emails were even popular, and same thing with credit cards and those types of things. So I give a lot of thanks for the insight that our development systems have.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of times it's you guys come up with an idea and then it's like, well, what's out there? What can we do to make it work? And yeah, working with the other developers on the team, I think we come up with a really good solution most of the time.
I'll never forget too when we first started off with Mogo is we came to you with and we're always busy. We're always, we could stop taking new tasks and be busy for years. And it's like, I don't know how you take and split people up into being able to get new things done. I know when we came to you with a handheld, we gave you a special thing that what do you think about working after hours and working on weekends so we can get this out there and start promoting it? And again, I want to thank you that that worked out very well to be able to do that, and then continued on and developed from there.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, the team, they're really willing to put in the time and effort. And I remember, that was whatever, 12, 15 years ago. Feels like a long time ago, but yeah, just working after put the kids to bed and it's like, let's go work on this fun little project, side project type of thing. That was fun times, yeah.
It's a great team, and you've got a great team down there. We got a great team in this entire company. We got a great team with our customers.
Yep, for sure.